Today I'm going to show you how to make pony charms like these. For this charm, you will need 2 to 4 colors depending on what kind of pony you're going to make, and scissors if you're going to make a clipped mane like the brown pony has. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your loom is set up like this and that the arrows are facing away from you. Place a single white rubber band going up. Now, take 2 rubber bands and place them going diagonal, and then another 2 rubber bands and place them going up. Now another 2 rubber bands and place them going diagonal, so it should look like a backwards C. Now come back to this peg and take 2 rubber bands and go diagonal again. Another 2 rubber bands going up, and another 2 rubber bands going diagonal, so it should look like a circle. Now, take 2 rubber bands again and place them going straight up. And you're going to want to do this 4 times. So that was 3 and 4, so you just have a straight line going up. Now, take another 2 rubber bands and come to this middle peg here and place 2 rubber bands going up 4 times again, and I just have to get this rubber band back on there. So there's 2, 3, and 4, so it should be above this one. So now, take another 2 rubber bands and come to this peg right here and go diagonal, so you're just going around this peg here, and go up, up, and then up 1 more time. So these should be diagonal right here. And this is what your loom should look like. So now, take a single white rubber band and place it going diagonal like this, and another one going diagonal again, and a last one going diagonal. Now take a rubber band and stretch it out and twist it on itself so it makes an X, and it should be wrapped around your fingers twice. Now place this rubber band over these 2 pegs like this. Now, what you want to do is take a blue or whatever color you are going to use for your eyes and wrap it around your hook 4 times. So it should look like this. And now, because my pony is white, I'm going to take a single white rubber band and hook it on. And now what you want to do is get the blue rubber bands off of the hook and onto the white rubber band. And this part is a little tricky. And then place the white rubber band onto your hook so it's on twice. Now what you want to do is place this white rubber band over these 2 pegs like that, and then move it over so the blue part is right there. So now we're going to make the mouth. So take a single white rubber band and wrap it around your hook 4 times again, and then take 2 white rubber bands and get them hooked on the hook, and then get all of those white rubber bands over the hook twice. So it's pretty much doing the same thing with the blue, but just with 2 rubber bands. Now take another 2 rubber bands and just do the same thing with the white rubber bands that are now on your hook. So it should look like this. Now what you want to do is on this peg right here, place these 2 white rubber bands on like this and move it sort of so they're facing out. Okay, now let's do the hoof or feet. So take a black rubber band and wrap it around 4 times again, and now 2 white rubber bands and place them, get these blacks onto the white, so you're pretty much just doing what you did for the mouth of the horse. So it should look like this. Now take another 2 white rubber bands and do the same thing like what you've been doing, but just make sure that you're only getting them on those 2 and that you don't mess up like I just did. So you get those on, then these 2 on, and then bring these over. And this part is really tricky, so don't get mad if you didn't get it right away. And now what you want to do is push this down and place these rubber bands on, but make sure that half of them that they're going around and face it towards this peg. So now you're going to want to do that same thing again. So wrap the black around 4 times, take 2 white rubber bands and bring the blacks over like so, and then hook it forward, and now another 2 white and bring these over, so it should look like this again. Now push these down and place them going on to this peg and face them going like this. So now we're ready to start hooking the rubber bands. So turn the loom around so it's facing you and push past all of these rubber bands so you only grab those bottom 2 and bring them forward, up, and around. So now push past this rubber band right here and reach in and grab the 2 bottoms again and bring it forward. Now 2 bottom ones again and bring them forward again. So now come back to this peg right here and take this single rubber band that's right here and just move it forward. So there should be just these 2 here. And take those 2 and hook them onto this peg. Now push past that rubber band and grab the bottom 2 again. And just keep going until you get to here. So now come back to this peg and take these 2 bottom rubber bands right here and hook them forward like that. So now come back over here and push past all of those rubber bands so you are only grabbing the bottom 2 and hooking them forward. And now just keep on doing this. So one more time. And now what you want to do is come back to here and push past all of those rubber bands, so you're only grabbing the bottom two again and bring them forward. And now do the same thing over here. So your loom should look like this now. Okay, so now come right here and hook only these top two, and the dog was what was making all of the background noise, so you just want to keep hooking these up and around until you get to here. So now come back to this peg here and hook these bottom two, which should be easier because there's only those two rubber bands. And now push past all of the rubber bands except for these bottom two, which can be sort of hard to catch, and hook them onto this peg up here. So now you have to push past a lot of rubber bands to only grab the bottom two and hook them forward. And now push past all of these rubber bands and just grab the single rubber band right here and bring it forward like this. So now your loom should look like this. Now what you want to do is come up to this peg here and grab the bottom rubber band and just bring it forward and off. Now take the rubber band that's left and pull it tight. And then I like to just loop it back onto there. So now we're going to add the tail and mane. So what you want to do is come to this peg here, and we're going to do the tail first. So stick through all of those rubber bands right there, and I'm going to do a black tail. So you hook the black and bring it through, but I'm going to have to do that again. And be careful not to hook any of the white rubber bands, otherwise that'll just cause problems. So they should be on your hook like this, and I'll take this front rubber band here and push it back onto this grip, and now take the front rubber band right there and pull it forward so it should make a knot, and then pull that. So you're going to want to do this 3 times, and I like to sort of spread mine out a little bit. So I'm going to do one up here on the top, and you're going to want to do the same thing where you take this front rubber band and move it back, and then the new front rubber band and pull it forward. So you're going to want to do this one more time wherever you want to, and I'm just going to do mine sort of in the middle. So I'm going to pull it forward and then move it, and again take this front rubber band, move it to the back, and grab your new front rubber band and pull it. So there's your tail, and you can add as many or as little as you want. So now let's do the mane. For the mane, I'm going to do black again, and I like to do it on this peg and sort of right there. So you can pull it back and through, and this is a little easier than the tail. So now take this front rubber band again and push it to the back, and now take your new front rubber band and pull it tight. So now you're going to want to do this again, and for the mane I like to do 4 rubber bands, but you can do as many or as little as you want. So pull it tight again, and make sure you're pulling them tight, otherwise they will fall off, and you don't want that to happen. gonna have to redo this one because it sort of went all over. And that is okay if you have to. It's not the end of the world. So I'm pulling them tight. And now this is the last part of the mane that I'm gonna do. So pulling it through there and taking this back one off and then unhooking it and bringing it forward. So it should now look like this. And you can leave your mane like this, but then that's